Good afternoon. You alright? Oh, everything might look weird today, and I don't know how well all the stream software is going to work, because I've just finally, hopefully, switched over to Stream Elements instead of Streamlabs, because Streamlabs, not good. Stream Elements, support open source. So I'll be doing my best, but things may go wrong, audio may go weird, cameras may do weird stuff. I don't know. We'll just try and keep it as normal and low-key as possible. So, if you've not already seen, EVA 3.0 Modular Carriage system was all released. Well, technically release candidate, but that counts as released for me. So, the plan for today is to disassemble EVA 2.4 and move everything across to EVA 3. Oh yes, we are a bit early. I don't have a starting soon, so I just went live anyway. I've been sitting here for like an hour and a half trying to set everything up. So I was keen to get started. Shall we wait a little bit for more people to appear? Good afternoon, James. We have, hopefully, better stream quality today. I don't know if anyone will notice any difference. Do you like tortoises over tails? What? Yep, we're full on heat inserts today. Because I've gone, so one of the things that's different, or an optional difference actually, is there's a full heat insert version of EVA 3. And I figured since lots of people are going to be interested in that and it's sort of new and different for EVA, I thought I'd do that version. So we're doing the heat insert version. I've got a bunch of heat inserts and hopefully they're going to be suitably sized. Oh look, it's 3 o'clock. So, should we start again? No. The plan for today, EVA 3. People can join when they join. Is there any random preamble first? So, printing some of the parts. Obviously, this was only released, was it Monday? Was it Monday? Sunday? Sunday, wasn't it? During the live stream. I've not had long to print all the parts off. I mean, a few days technically is a long time, but when one printer just decides to break itself, and then another decides that it doesn't want to level properly anymore, it suddenly becomes difficult to print parts. So we've got a right, like, mix-up of materials here. So the initial plan was to print it out of carbon fiber PC. Have we lost audio? No, audio's still up. So yeah, carbon fiber. Oh, there we go. So this is the Prussian PC blend carbon fiber, which I think looks really nice, because it does. And I started printing that, and then for some reason, well, I think what happened is the cooling duct on the Voron melted and sort of bowed and got caught on the print, and then the whole thing just went and kind of skewed itself all over the place. Everything was a bit mental, and it broke the probe, and it broke this, and it broke that. So basically I stopped printing on there, and then I tried to get some green parts instead, and then we got some PETG. This is ABS plus, not ABS. So all a bit of a mix-up, and then this is PETG because this is black PETG, So this green is slightly different to this green. But we've got some green and we've got some black, and hopefully we'll be able to make everything work. The duct is in green, so this is a nice kind of different duct to previously. Hopefully it works okay. I'm not sure this is completely there because I think there's supposed to be some additional ducty things in here. The models are a little bit not super happy because it's a very thin surface model. Fusion definitely didn't like it, and I think there's some updates to this. Wrong parts on the Voron. No, it's ABS. It's just super high printing temperature in an enclosed base. I was pinning at 285. I've got the parts ready to do stealth burner. So these are all polycarbonate carbon fiber for doing stealth burner upgrade. They might not be perfect, but they are parts. I've also got a bunch more parts, all in ABS. So I don't know, some of these are, oh, that's a bit of a rubbish one. We've got loads of Vaughan parts to do that upgrade, and I really need to do it because it'll improve cooling, and it should, because it improves airflow, it should stop the duct from melting. So there you go. The EVA Carriage shouldn't be really any bigger. The sizing is pretty much identical. If you look at, the only big part really is this, which is a cover that kind of goes over the front, and you could, I mean, that's quite optional anyway if you don't want to have that. I think there'll be some slightly different modified parts for this anyway at some point. So the biggest difference for me at the moment, if you look at, oh golly, EVA 2.4, you'll see at the side, you can see the heatsink. So as the air goes in the front, it can come sort of out the sides and sort of avoid the heatsink. So I think the way that this one works, you can see a difference already. This bare area is all kind of blocked off. So it should help force the air all the way through the heatsink rather than allow it to escape in other directions. Now, that might not make a big difference overall, but it is different. The other big benefit of this is it will be less bendy. So this is good. And this fits in here nicely. I'm not too sure about this kind of side mounting thing. I'd much rather it screwed backwards still, just because of tolerancy sort of things, but we'll see. We'll see. I think the first thing to do is to add in a bunch of inserts because there's many to do. This is my heat insert jig, by the way. I did make a video on it a little while back. We've got 2 lots of heat inserts. These ones are definitely better looking, so I'm going to use those first, and then we'll use some of the other ones if we need them. I've not counted how many I've got. I should have enough, it's just I might not have enough of the good ones. So in terms of instructions, oops. Okay, sorry, I'm moving around all over the place. Oh, no, that's not right. Hopefully you can hear me all right now. Pop. There we go. Can you hear me okay now? This is smelly, so this is definitely getting hot. We do have some options for some parts. Oh no, I think I got rid of my options. Okay. I know that's on options, but that's fine. Good, 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 good. So hopefully these fit in here, okay. What? Oh no, okay. That's for screw heads. This is for heat insets here. Ooh. This looks a bit tight. This looks very, very tight. I'm not sure if these are going to be easier. Let's see if these ones are any narrower. I thought these were the right size, but I might have 5. Thought that was okay. Did Anne complain about anything yet? I don't think so. I'm just wondering if I've got the right size heat insets, because these ones look a bit tight. This is the right way, this is the right way up, this is the right place. A bit of extra splooge, but I should be okay. For anyone that's not aware, Pavel is the designer of EVA. Yeah, so we're getting a bit of extra splooge up the side. I might have got some slightly larger inserts than what we really need. Do a little trimmy trim. Let's get a slightly different camera view, eh? There we go. Oh dear, YouTube drama. Do I have any other cantilever printers? I have a Prusa Mini. You can probably see it behind me. I think that's the only. I did a really good job of not printing it in purple. I didn't actually have any purple, so it was never even an option. I've run out of purple. For some reason, when I was printing this printer and doing all the purple parts, I kind of got towards the end and then used a load of the purple filament that I had on just printing random test things. Which basically used up all of the purple filament, so if ever I needed anything spare for this printer, I didn't have the appropriate filament. Which was kind of stupid of me, but there you go. These things happen. M3 by 4.6 by 4 are the ones I own for, but they say bigger will fit as well. Yeah, so mine are, I mean, it's weird. I don't know where I'm supposed to measure the diameter really, because obviously they're I mean, everyone probably knows what these look like, but they're not like a consistent round shape, obviously. So, I mean, the peak to peak sort of shape on the very outside, I measured just now, is around 5 millimeters. The slightly narrowest part is 4.2. So, I mean, somewhere between 4.2 and 5, to me sounds like a 4.6. The advantage of having them kind of a little bit sploogey is that they should grip really well, because you know there's no big gaps. So that's that part. And then we've got two options for this. We've got this black PET one, or we've got ABS. The ABS one looks, well, it's ABS Plus actually. It looks a bit nicer, but the filament can be a bit dodgy. Ooh, this is a bit wonky on the front. Got some which one do we go for? A. I do want to have some. So this part's going to be green. So black would look quite good there, maybe. Oh, this is going to be covered by this mostly anyway. So maybe we'll do green. And then this is going to be green. This is going to be black. This is going to be carbon fibre. This is just a whole mixy mix. This is going to be green. This is going to be green. There's lots of green. I think we'll do PET. PET should be fine. While it's holding the hot end, it's not holding the hot end rather. This bit holds the hot end, so this is just a carriage for holding that. So it'll be quite close here, but other than that, we're quite away from the hot end. So hopefully okay. The ones they made me buy have 4 millimeters on the side that goes into the hole. Okay, so those are very slightly smaller than these. These ones I have here are basically the Voron spec ones. I say Voron spec. They're the ones that are specified in the Voron bomb and are resold by lots of people for building Vorons. So that's why I have this size. Obviously, with only a few days to prepare, I didn't really have time to go out and get something hugely specific. So I was like, hopefully these will be good enough. And I think they will be. Oh, who's they, by the way? Do you mean they as in Rat Rig? Or they as in other community people? Probably going to be doing this for quite a little while. Oh, Michael and Mark, yeah. Well, I think the heat insert version will be very much appreciated, so I can appreciate that it is a lot more work to do 2 versions. I think it will be greatly received. Although I think it might have been nice to have the same as the Voron size ones. That's just me. Just because they're already very widely available, easier for people to get. It's weird why Mikel and Mark had different ones, or specified different ones. I don't know what reason that was for, so I can't really judge, but so select top ones as well. Yeah, these, because mine are very slightly larger, they don't sit in the holes nicely. When you have the right size inserts, with this design they should like sit in the hole that they're going to be pressed into. Oh, okay, so from the previous mod. So, I mean, there's definitely, that's a logical decision. So the middle hole is obviously for the PTFE tube. So we've got these ones on the top down, these ones down here. I think we've done these ones up here. There's obviously a bunch more to do, but I don't think on this part. Oh, what about the back here? I reckon this is going to be as well. Yeah, probably. Ooh, this is a bit more difficult. We can't. We're going to get another piece. There we go. Is that? Oh, it's slightly different size. Where? This is not ideal. It would be nice if they were going to sit flat. How can we do this? Oh, if we put this in, and then on this, there we go. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. an adjustable fan duct. That's pretty ambitious. As in something that you can just print one and it works for everything, I think is unlikely. I think multiple different designs for fan ducts is fine. I don't think you need... Because if you're going to switch between hot ends, it's probably just as easy to change to a new fan duct as it would be to adjust a fitted one. So behind me on the Prusa, we've just printed out a second fan duct, just in case I make a mess of the carbon fibre version. There we go, that's the black one. There's quite a lot of heat inserts in there. We might as well do this now. Can we do... I'm not managing to keep up with chat. So for today, I'm going to be keeping the same hot end. So the oh, that's gone in a long way. I didn't mean to send that quite so far in. Let's try and heat that up and pull it out a bit. Nope, okay. Well, it's in there now. Sometimes it can just be a bit difficult to see the end of one insert on the tip and the one that you're pressing into the model. Any leads on 4.6 inserts in the UK? No, not that I've seen. These are, as I mentioned, these are the Voron spec ones, so these are 5. These work, or seem to be working okay. I don't think there's... It's obviously a bit more. It's a bit more manual work to trim off the plastic that comes out the hole. But in the long run, I think it's all going to come out okay. Many screws. Oh, Pavel, there's one change I can show you actually. Probably not a major thing, and probably, I mean, I've got no justification, it just seemed like a good idea. On the BMO, because it has that weird hexagon pattern, to try and keep, oh, why am I still on this view? To try and keep the pressure, I did these like big chamfers here, and then offset the height so it still bridges nicely. Over here. So when it goes in here, it keeps the, so you don't have holes around it. hopefully try and keep the pressure and get the airflow to go through the hot end. Right, that's more inserts on there. We've done the ones on there, done the ones on there. This, I don't know where they're going on here, to be honest. I don't have the CAD available. That's not worked quite so well. So this is the polycarbonate, and obviously it melts at a much higher temperature, or a much higher, fairly high temperature. I think it's pushed the plastic out the back instead of it being pushed out the front. Just need to make sure it's not going to... No, we should be able to get a screw in fine. How many inserts do you want? Yes. Yeah, it's going to be quite a few, that's for sure. Might try and heat it up a bit before I push it in, that might improve the results. Sit it here, and then go wee. Yeah, I don't know if the polycarbonate or the carbon fibre sinks a lot more energy, but it should go. It takes a lot to push those in. Hello, hello, hello. There's no real sponsor or anything on today's live stream, but if you want to support me, the best way to do that is using the voucher codes or buying a divider PCB mod if you've got a V-minion. so you can find links for them things below. Or do like super chats and stuff like that. Although like purchasing is probably better. Much more force putting these in. Don't actually know. Is that going to go in there? Where does this go through? I think that goes... Because there's that, and there's that, and there's this. So the screw's got to go all the way through, which it won't. Probably going to have to open that hole up a bit. So that, but that's going to go through there, then through here, and then through this, and then it needs a thing. So maybe there should be a insert. Oh, I think there is. Oh, okay, there is this side. Yeah, okay. Let's see if I can get something to press on. Being careful with my fingers here because that's quite close. That's a bit melty, isn't it, that one? Why are my parts proper colour? What is opposed to like purple? It doesn't work in purple, so I've had to use green. This is my the problem I had with the sensor refusing to get my bed level, so the first layer was really compressed on some of these prints. So just little modifications as we go. Right, back to this. Some peace and quiet now though. Really not easy to put inserts in this carbon fibre stuff. Where else? Those go through there, so 2 in here. I might use, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to have enough. Although maybe I will, there's not too many more. I might have to do some extra ones as we go if I find that I've missed some. No, this is going to be for the minion that I've just finished. So that's those, that's those, that's going to be, so I need one on this side. I need something to support this because just pressing down on that. Guess I'll just hold it. No, holding is not going to work very well, I don't think. Just about okay. Got that piece, so we don't need that. We've got this, this. That still uses this square nut, that. Ah, these are hex nut down on the inside, which is super difficult. Not sure how we're going to get that in. These plates I think are just all screws. Let's have a look through to see if we notice anything. Oh, you can't see much on that. Cooling, cable management, extra duct shrouds. Okay, I think we're okay. We might have everything, we might not. Who knows? Not me. For now, we're going to stop doing the inserts and we'll get on with disassembling. If we need to make modifications or add heat inserts, we shall do it as we go. So, disassembly. Best thing to do, probably just start unscrewing things. Well, maybe not the best thing to do, but that's what I'm going to do. Let's maybe go, look at this, look at this, look at this. I think I might use some thread locker today, some Loctite. Goodbye purple. Printer is obviously unplugged, turned off and everything, by the way. Hopefully that's obvious, but it is. Do I still use the stepper rotor counterweight? I do, because I have no other use for that stepper motor. If it works, don't fix it. Don't change it. Don't change it if it works, whatever. You know what I mean. We're going to need to snippy snip. Snippy snip the zippy zip. These two. What's that focus doing? Weird things. There we go. I don't think I even created a mod for doing the nut or like screw, just generic metal counterweight. Oh, there's still some filament in it. Oh, I'm a twit. Oh, you fool. That makes disassembly a little bit more difficult. um. There we go. It's pretty stuck. Okay, that lot. Oh, we need that off of there, don't we? We'll get to that in a second. And we get in there. Need small Allen key to remove the stepper motor from here. Let's take this tube out. Okie dokie. That's that all moved away. And okay. Kind of want that step. Oh no. That was the one thing I was trying to avoid doing. Because it's screwed up from the bottom, isn't it? Whoop. Out. Ow. Let's get this back together. Huh, where did the shaft, that shaft goes in there, this screw goes in here, back plate goes on there. Right. Next thing is the end stop. Mini screwdriver. You have, if it's out, you have to do it out Vector 3D, by the way. But do you mean like a little electronic screwdriver that does the rotation for you? this part we might just reuse. Camera's going really odd today, isn't it, with the focusing? Let me adjust that quickly if I can. Hopefully that's going to be a bit better. Could one of you like DM me that on, because I'm going to forget and I don't have any writey things here. Oh no, I do. Random paper, random pen. Let's make a note and I'll have a look at it. Screwdriver called what? ES15 or ES126. Oh yeah, they're US resellers. Yeah, if you're buying from, we haven't got any EU yet, but if you're in the US, we do have. I say we. It's only me. We do have I do have a reseller, 2 resellers in the US, in fact. So you have a pick there. Right, things are starting to come to pieces now. Bloop, bloop. Bloopity bloop. That's that one. That's all of that now. And then we've got this belty stuff. Now, yeah, this side first. Base duct and the back. So that needs to pull out of there. And this needs to come back out of here. Right. So I'm thinking we reassemble just in the opposite way to what we just disassembled. Shall I use this Sneaky Pieces purple? It's not very smooth. The carbon fiber polycarbonate doesn't it doesn't bridge very well. Bridging just like goes. So do I do have an alternative back. I think that's what's just printed over here. So we could go green back. Does the tensioner fit better? Nope, it definitely doesn't. In fact, it's worse. So maybe not. We'll keep with this. I might try and open the hole a little bit. Loads of bridge material just falls straight out. He's back, everyone. He's back. Celebrate. He has returned. I think this will be okay. So we can move this over to a PETG one, hopefully. We need the square nut out of here. That's one bad. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. He came back before I did it, so I've got to change. We'll do a black. I promise. I promise. Ugh. Ow. See, purple gone. Black piece. If we can fit it. I'm not doing it. There's no purple parts. I promise. I'm good. Right. Hopefully this will fit in here nicely. Yes. Super good. That go in here. What size screw was this? Something super long. I might go find... Have we got old instructions? I'm going to just follow some of the old instructions to get, hopefully, correct screw lengths. No, I don't think that's going to help me particularly because I'm going to build it in a weird order. We'll just wing it. If we have to change screw lengths, we can do that. That nice. That's a good fit. Let's get this back on here. Kink the end over. Oh no. Come on. Not good. There we go. And this has got to push into the side. Probably should have done that before all this. Okey doke. That side back on there. I think my belt's probably shorter than it's meant to be. Oh yes, of course it does. Full. This one's going to be easier. No, this one. Nope. Maybe we should just follow the instructions. You want to make another record. What do you mean? I don't understand. Right, let's go to the instructions. Oh no, did I get rid of them? I mean, obviously the instructions won't apply, but I'm going to roughly follow the process. So I want to set another record. I don't think I really set a record the first time. I mean, it was a record for me. I think many people have done faster benches. Fan. Probably some fairly short screws. Even shorter than this. I've detected a problem because I didn't consider... Oh, you fool. Of course that's not going to fit. Oh, I didn't try that, did I? Idiota. So I need to print the other arm. This no worky. So let's get this off of here and print the grabby army thing. Oh no, we've got one. Got a couple of grabby army things. So this has got to go on here and this on here. Hopefully this is going to be, it's not going to be long enough. Might have to, I don't think we have much additional motor wire length. We'll have to see where we get to with that. This is much nicer. Ow. Let's have a look at the hot end side because that might be easier. At the moment I've just made a mess. We need something small. I feel like that's not engaging. Not that small, this small, yeah. Yeah, it might be good to have the cable hood around the other way for this one. I'm not sure where we're going to be at all with cable lengths and stuff, so. So we're going to get this onto here. That fitteth rather well. Oh, we've got to punch the holes. We've got hole punchy things. Yeah, I do have retract on V-Core 3, I think. I think it just depends if the print failed or you stop it manually and stuff, then it... I think that's when I don't have it set up to do it. Or maybe it has retracted 5mm, it's just not enough. I normally do 10mm. Blowing fluid. Oh, that's not gone through. Huh, do we need longer screws? No. Thought this looked like the same depth. I think it's just not quite lined up. Let's get... Yep. I think hole's just a little bit tight. A wow stick, is that another one of those electric screwdrivers? Oh dear. That just made a big cracking noise. Yeah, it's broken. Don't think I've got a PETG one of these. I was thinking about doing a recommended tools actually the other day. Thing is, as soon as I start doing a video on that, I forget what tools I actually use. Okay, the part is broken, but I think I'm just going to use it anyway. If I need to replace it, I'll do it another time. I think this could do with like a chamfer on the back or something, because it's just a bit of a pain to get it. Sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's annoying. I mean, ideally you wouldn't do it with a stupid piece of filament sticking in the way. Well, that fits rather nicely. Have I put it in the wrong way round? I think I have. I've put it in the opposite way round to what it was before. So I should probably change that. Oh my goodness, this filament is annoying. Yay! Thank you, Bruce. Sorry, I forgot I was doing a live stream and needed to actually point the camera at stuff. Oh, this ABS Plus is not a good material. Okay, that's in the same way it was before now. What else can we do? We know we need this thing on the top, so we can put that on. Two. Don't know how long screws can be, probably not too long. Just used short ones for something else. Do we have extras? I think I still have the bag of pieces. I do. $140. That's one hell of a premium screwdriver. I don't think I can afford to do a testing series if it's $140 just for one. Hello. Oh, the size bit. Wondering why it wasn't screwing in. You fool! That'll go front, that'll go back. We can stick the end stop on. Lovely. It should go on here. Oh no, is it attached? No, it's not attached, it's down here. Oh, this is probably also tiny screws. I've extended this end stop out to make it hopefully the same position as the previous one. So fingers crossed we'll be okay. Oh, this ABS Plus is just so bad. Maybe it was wrong temperature or something, but... Oh! It's a height thing, it's not a... I see. I can see how that would be a problem. Ah dear. I thought it was the width that was not right. I didn't see that the height was not right. Answer, no, I do not have a fix for such a thing. So unscrew this and put in this. My distance is definitely going to be off then. I extended this out 2mm because I thought it was narrow compared to the old one. I made a boo-boo there, didn't I? I've just replaced a skewer in the rail. I think that'll work. I mean, the position's clearly not right. So the minimum position will be a long way off, but it'll do for now, I think. Right. What is the next thing? Got this top plate. Got this, got to go on here. We've got motor, got to go on the top. But that's got to go on there before that goes on there, and then that's got to go on there before that goes on there. So this has got to go on here. Everything needs really short screws. We might have a bit of a short screw drought. I've got my own collection of short screws if we need more short screws, but it's definitely leaning towards shorter screws, this design, I think. Whoops, it isn't. Yep, could probably do senseless homing, but I've not got senseless homing ready. Control board change and stuff for that as well. Maybe I'll add that. I think then we want to put this onto here. Oh no, we need that onto here first. So this is short screws as well. How short? Is that too long? It's not too long. Okay. No, I think these screws are too long. We're going to get some short screws. Hopefully I've got a bunch of M3x6 screws somewhere. M3x8. What's that length? Oh. Maybe those. Oh, well, I think I've got some of the other hopefully I can find some M3x6 here. M3x12. M3x6. drive parts last. It's a fun little puzzle, this. So does that mean take this off? Obviously fans going on here. Maybe it's this. Seems to be something stopping the fan going in all the way. One core, 2 hot end, 3 drive. Oh, there we go, I pushed it in too far. Oh, I can't do that first. So I need to do this for that. Yeah, maybe we'll use the 8s. Before I do that, I need these on here. So I need heat insert. I've just realised I printed out the belt bracket things, which I won't need. Okay, I think that's fine. I've got this, so this go here. Oh, no, this go here. I could kind of go the other way around. I don't think it's designed to go that way around, but it looks like that would work. And that can go on here, which effectively flips it around 180. But I don't know what space that leaves for other things. So we need this on here. Let's see. Oh no, not shrouds. Cable management. Yeah, so it goes on the outside like this. This is how it's intended to go. PTG was feeling a little bit stringy on this print. And that's intended to go that way, but I'm wondering if we can put it that way without causing problems. The thing is going to be the motor, I think. I'm going to give it a go. What's this? I'm guessing that's for a different fan. And then we can put this in here now. Core, then hot end, then drive. So if we go here, core. Okay, this stuff. So we can do this. This bit is a... But I can't put the drive on the top, because that has to go on there first. Oh, I can do that without... No, I can't. You can't. You have to put this on, because that has to go on there, that has to go on there. This has to screw up from the bottom, but this has to screw down from the top. So if you put that on here before putting it on there... Come on, Adam, get a camera in the right place. So I've got... I can't assemble the whole core and then put this on top, because you can't do the 4 screws, because you can't reach them, because this goes there and the motor goes behind it. I suppose you could do it without the motor. You don't have to have the motor on. So you can do it. So now we put this on the front. We need some big old screws to go all the way through. Have we got something long enough? There's so many different colours on this now. Green, grey, black, purple, shiny, matte, and everything. That's that. And then we can put this ducty boy on the bottom. Some say. Sounds like introducing a Stig. Oh, hey you. Can't put that on. Fan off. Goodbye, Mumish. This is on here, so that's going. No, that's going. Oh, this got to go through here, which is not going to do. This needs bigger holes. I think this is just my terrible first layer that's caused this. Let's see if we... Yeah, that's fine. So that goes on there. That should go all the way through there. Right, now we're cooking with gas. Good. That's those two, and then we can stick a long one hopefully through the back at the base. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Okay, that's not going to work. We need the old screwdriver. Yeah. Put this back off. Going to open this hole up a little bit. Hopefully this doesn't break the part, or me. Nice. So that should poke through there. Horizontal cable clip version. What is this version? This screw is way too long for this. Got one a bit shorter. I think it's just as well I didn't use thread locker because I've had to take things apart like 10 times. Right, I've forgotten the order. Core, then hot end, then drive. Okay. So I think that's core done. Yeah, on this Cartesian one, there shouldn't be these clips, should they? Because the Cartesian uses this stuff at the back. Anyway, Cartesian, hot end. No. What was it? Hot end, then drive. Yeah. Okay, so this, we have this thing here, and we have this thing here. So we're going to put this thing on this thing. I've printed in a whole collection of different filaments, mainly because reasons. So I'm just thinking the shroud's going to go over the top, but we'll use some of these screws, so we'll just put 2 in there at the moment. So that's going up there. Looks like we don't need anything like the same length tube, or do we? Oh, that's a blooming tight fit. Holy bananas. This stupid filament. I'm going to do a bad thing. Oh, it's not easy to turn it on, is it? I was going to turn it on and heat it, but then maybe I remove it. I don't know. I can't get that in there. Soldering iron by the nozzle, that seems a bit risky. But I think we're going to have to remove this from here again. Do we have guidance on here for tube lengths? 39.5. Presumably that takes it to here, and then you go to the drive, and that takes it the rest of the way. Add the two together, 53.7. Mine's like 52, so it sounds like same length, but we need to be able to fit it through here, and this is not going to go through there. So CY 3.9 seems to fit. Let's drill it out to 4. Ooh, 4 fits as well, so why is the darn tube not going through? Okay, it's going through. Okie dokie, that's that through there. Let's tighten it down again. This is ESON ABS Plus, and it's rubbish. Layers delaminating super easily. I mean, maybe I just used a bit too much cooling, only like 20% though. Okay, okay. Let's check this is going to fit. That looks pretty handy. Pretty handy. That'll fit on there. This will have a bit of extra. Okay. Looking okay, I think. So let's take this back off. Oh, you can stay there, that's fine. So, screws in the side. Can probably be 6. Oh no, these are 8 anyway, aren't they? But maybe too much, don't know. So we need to add the probe in as well, which has got to go on this side. Whoops. Definitely could have saved myself a couple of heat inserts because these ones are obviously not being used on this printer. Right. This printer's heavy. Right, this. So we've got to get a nut in the back behind this hole. Not going to be super easy to do, I don't think. something like this. Oh no, I think that was the right idea. Other sides. Here we go. Well, that was surprisingly easy. So pretty short screw in there, doesn't need to be anything particularly long. Basically a grub screw. And then these can go on the side. Boop, boop-a-doo. Boop-a-doo-da-boo. Do need to remove this plate. So onto here, we need to screw this. I think we'll go for the 6, it's just that. No, 6 is too short. Looks like we've got space for more square nuts, so let's make sure we put them all in. Position for 2 more here. Nice. Okay. That's in there. Oh my days, that frightened the life out of me. Okay, that's there, that's there, that's there. Let's get this probe in the right place and the motor over the top. So, motor's got to go that way around or that way around. I think we're going to go up this time. So flipping the motor over compared to how we had it before. Just for, oh no, we need the spacer thing. Okay. Probe, oh please fit. Pull this out, probe down. So it looks like I've got lots more wire length available for everything but the motor. So if we can get a bit more motor length, that would be great, but I feel like we might not be able to do that. Yeah, that's not going to get any longer. Oh, we've got a little bit extra, okay. Probe can go the other way. Got too much length. Again, it's not very easy to change once I've cable tied all of this stuff. Cable ties. So I've just broken the, well, I've cut them, deliberately cut them. To try and get some more cable length. I can't imagine this is gonna, there's too much friction within the, too much friction in the system. Hopefully we can pull this all the way up. Come on. It awkwardly wraps around things. I can take this one down as well. Just trying to get the length so there's loads of excess. I want enough, but not too much. That looks good for that end. Unfortunately, I think this cable tie grip thing is a bit wide. It's just about okay. It could be much smaller, in my opinion. Okay. Oh, forgot to put this in, idiot. Chat's just pretty much gone completely dead silent. Where are you all? You are here. Good. We're on to ASMR live streaming now. Right, we're going to rewire this one in. This is being annoying. Oh, it's tight down here, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, the heat set portion was obviously all at the start. Took a little while. You should be able to go back in the stream, although I think you can only go back like 2 hours until it's finished, so you may have to wait for that now. We're just over 2 hours. Right in this part of the printer is super duper fiddly. This is fiddly to do when you're doing it backwards. There we go. Easy peasy. I did just whisper that, but that was not intentional. We might need some slightly stronger zip ties. Those little ones are okay for lots of things, but they are a bit weak. Okay. Oh, come on. Okay, I think we're getting there. I'm not going to go too over the top with the wiring management right this second because, you know, just in case something needs adjusting. Yeah, purple's not, purple doesn't work, so I've gone green and black. The more traditional EVA colours. So that's good, filament's good. So let's get this shroud on the front. This is one thing we've missed. And then this is going to go on here, and it doesn't quite fit. Nicely danzily. So I think we'll just use 2 screws. Go the other side of that. I'm not sure what size screw is going to be appropriate. Yeah, this is the right length, but I think I've only got one. Only got one. That's definitely not long enough. Need another one of these. Oh, in here? No. M3 by 16. Where's my screwdriver gone? That's the question. What do I do with it? I've put it somewhere silly. Here we go. Look at that! There's bits of scrap filament out. Okay. I think we're ready to get some power, so we need to have a quick tidy. Because we need the space. We've got to pull the electronics enclosure onto the table. Whew. I suspect the assembly will be much easier when there's an assembly manual. I don't think there was one. Did I just completely overlook the existence of a manual? Hopefully I didn't. I thought I'd looked, but maybe I didn't look very hard. Entirely possible. Tidying up today involves moving everything from one desk to another desk. There we go, nice and tidy. Move that out of the way. Put the filament tube in. do that in a second. Connect the cables. 1, 2, 3. Now, my neck's really stiff, by the way. If it looks like I'm moving around a bit funny, it's because my neck and something hurts. Hopefully power on and everything's fine. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope. I have no idea. Oh yeah, the probe is doing a thing, so I know it's... I do need to make sure the probe is an appropriate height. We have a collision. The probe doth collide with the shroud. So I'm going to have to pull up firmware and stuff now. We're going to have to just reconfigure the x-axis a little bit because we've reduced it because the end stop position is not quite right. So let's try homing these individually. That's fine. Why there was no change. So let's do a home all. And as it does, Z will just, oops, a daisy. So let's do, hopefully this will be okay. Nice. And we can use the note paper that we used. Oh yeah. We can do a quick Z height. Oh no, we're gonna do X first. So let's just get it. Should be 180, isn't it? But $176. I reckon 176 is what we can do. So we're going to need to put something in there, but we need to grab it from the other place. Config, printers, minion. I think probably this. And this won't work. Oh no, this, yeah, that won't work. Speed limits. Stiffers. So okay, here we go. So it is, it's already in here, so 176. And then I think the mesh is not going to work because I think it's going to go outside the limits. No, where is it? Printers. V-minion. X 150. And I think that's because that sensor is about 30 mil from the nozzle. It is. So we're going to have to take that to 140. Now, unfortunately, we can't just do that. We're going to have to copy this and put it back in here. When it's all fixed, we'll be able to undo these things, but while it's not quite correct, we do need to modify that. So I think we can do this. We just need to make sure that doesn't go too high. It's actually only 4 mil less than it was before, so it should be okay. Now, cool. Click home. Now we're in the middle of the bed, so let's just move Z down. We're going to just find where that... Oh, wrong way. Minus 0.3. We just do kinematic position Z minus 0.3. Oh, not webcam. Oh, it wasn't here. So, I think we need to do it from 0. Hang on. We'll do it from 0 and try again. I don't know if you have ever had to add it, or if it's not added at that point, or, but if we do it from 0, we'll be sure. it could be that from 0.4 then it's actually 0.7, or it could be it won't be 0.1, but is it 0.3 instead of 0.4? Let's just do it again quick, it doesn't take long. Yeah, so you add the two together, so it's 0.7. So 0.7, same restart. Now, sorry, just add in a camera view instead. Right, we should be pretty much go to print. So I'm not sure what this white is. Let's get it preheated. I think it's PET. Well, I can probably check my G code, the last one. Did I use white for the speed benching? I did, didn't I? So it's ABS. Preheat to 240 instead. And then we need to print something. Hopefully we still got the not a cube. We'll do a not a cube. What am I looking for? Filament. What filament? PLA? PETG. 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 Let's do some green PETG. My hours printed is not going to be very much. I've not really used it unless somebody's on a live stream. It doesn't really show there, does it? History. Total print time 7.5 hours. Mostly clippy shutdown. That's from when I've just been doing benches and stuff, isn't it? And it's failed and things like that. "12 print jobs." Yeah, I mean, I've literally just done the live stream things. It's not integrated into my printing yet. Okay, so we need to print a thing. Let me just get something ready. So we're going to do, going to do this. Normally it's 30mm cube, but we're going to do it as a 20mm cube, so I've just shrunk it a little bit. V-minion, oh, we don't want the speedy profile, just the normal. And then ETG, we'll put this on no. Should be okay. Let's do V-minion. Final thought, first impressions. Ooh. I mean, it's definitely good. So there are lots of little takeaways. There's nothing. So things like the probe noticeably better. That's definitely not going to. I mean, before you could like. It was a little bit fiddly. This is definitely much better. The modularity of the hot can coming out is good. The way that the air gets funneled through all the way to the back instead of leaving the sides, that's also super good. It's a shame the shroud doesn't quite fit because of the probe, but again, that's going to be a simple thing to fix in time. It's not far off. Yeah, overall, really good. It'd be good to get an assembly manual, that's the only thing, because it's quite a puzzle to fit together. Other than that, pretty impressed. It'd be good to see how it prints. I need to do some printing, really. We'll probably have some more thoughts later. What else was there? Yeah, overall, pretty nice. "19 minutes, that's quite quick. It's going to be speedy. I shall be back in a minute while you're watching this printing. Goodbye, Babel. Thanks for joining us. And thanks for EVA 3. You've done a good job. Why have we stopped? Are we heating? Sploogey, sploogey, splooge. That looks good. Good, 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 good. The wind. So yeah, the airflow from the front fan will end up between the carriage and the rail, which I don't think is a bad place for it particularly. There are hexagonal holes in the back of the carriage assembly for that airflow to go through. Sorry if I'm making weird noises. I add that to me. This is an adorable little cube. Whew. Thoughts. I don't know, I kind of said things as I went, didn't I? I know Pavel's gone now, so he's not going to get this, but I'll probably link him to it afterwards. I think the printability of some parts is still not quite there. Definitely really good though compared to EVA 2, especially where the piece that the hot end mounts to. That was a bit of a bitch before, but the way that's changed and the way that it helps with the airflow is also helping with the printability. Personally, I still think tolerances on holes and stuff are a bit tight. I've always made changes to those things on all the design. All the times I've printed EVA, I've modified the holes, and it's the same here. They're a little bit tight, I think, especially considering the average tolerance of most printers. My audio seems to be clipping. Sorry, probably sounds horrible, doesn't it? If it's been clipping the whole stream, that's going to be horrendous. Anyway. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, hole tolerance a little bit too tight. Also, the thread inserts. I understand that they were not chosen by Pavel, they were chosen by Mikhail and Mark, who opted for something that's the same as what has already been used on a previous EVA mod. But it's... I think there's been a little bit narrow-sighted on what the current availability is and what a lot of people are already using. I wasn't even aware that EVA had a threaded insert mod before, or was I? Yeah, people must have mentioned it. So while it's the right idea to have chosen something that's already existing, I think, although obviously they don't want to highlight Voron as a thing necessarily, there are a lot of people already buying those, and I'm sure their quantity, like their availability rather, is high. So it seems an odd choice for me, in my mind, not to go with that, but there you go. I mean, I've obviously used the Voron spec ones here. It's been a bit of a fiddle to get them all like in and having to trim off the plastic, but other than that, it does work still fine. Assembly process, the kind of DFA, design for assembly, it's probably fine, but having done it without a manual, it's quite difficult to tell, because I was obviously doing the same thing, the same process like 3 times because I didn't know that you had to put something else in beforehand. I expect it's quite easy to assemble. There seems to be fewer screws, and there seems to be a lot of screws of the same length, which is really good. I was using lots of M3x8 screws. So if we've got a majority M3x8 or like the M3x40s, like super long or short ones, 2 lengths of screw for the whole thing. If that's the case, that's amazing. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what screws I used and where. Obviously, you got like a 25 or something for the fan at the back. I think one thing that's a little bit off, maybe, I'm not sure if this is everything, it's probably part of being a modular design, where because you have to have lots of different parts fit in lots of different ways, you don't get the lines or faces kind of line up exactly right. So although there are areas where things look like they fit really well together, particularly like the fan shroud, at the bottom, like here, is really good. You can see where that line kind of meets this one. But even just as soon as you get to here, like there's a complete separation. And then here, they don't really meet, nothing really lines up, nothing kind of blends into one another. It's completely an aesthetic thing. Like functionally, it doesn't make any difference whatsoever. But that is a kind of cohesion in the design language kind of thing. It is very difficult to get right. And it is also exceptionally difficult when you've got a modular system because you've got lots of different things of different shapes and different sizes. And if you want that aesthetic to work really well, it takes a lot of time. And then as soon as you change one of them, you have to change everything to make everything line up. And while you've got a lot of shared or not shared geometry in different ways for different reasons, it would be very difficult to do. But at the same time, doesn't mean, doesn't mean it wouldn't be nice. I've not really had lunch, so that's probably why I'm I'm extra tired from not having eaten properly. It's a bit of a shame about the end stop. That's a bit of a boo-boo, isn't it? Bit of a shame. I'm sure it's quite easily fixed. It's not a major thing, I don't think. I'm kind of annoyed I didn't spot it myself because I could have fixed it before doing this live stream. But there you go. Maybe that is going to be the new position and they'll change the piece at the end, the motor housing rather than EVA. I'm not sure. But that changes it from being a Rat Rig problem to being an EVA problem. Same designer really, but it'd be interesting to see which part changes. I suspect EVA. Presumably that's going to be a problem on all printers, not just this one, because I think the end stop stuff is all in similar place, but I'm not sure. Kind of sad that the carriage didn't fit, because I think this is a real nice aesthetic improvement. One thing that would have been extra nice to see, I think, although again on a modular system becomes extortionately difficult, is having not just some cable management, but like a enclosed system. So your wires are kind of running on an internal track rather than on an external face. So everything, once you're kind of finished, you've got like these cosmetic panels enclosing everything to, again, kind of add to that cohesive design look. How's the print doing? Pretty nice. A couple of weird wibble wobbles on there, but other than that, looking good. It's a bit pedestrian speed. It's not particularly, it's not going for it, is it? Can we speed this stuff a little bit? Well, I don't want to say basically like Voron, but I do feel that they have done a very good job. And it does look good. I mean, let me... you don't have to share the aesthetic, but the design principle is nice. And you can see, so let me show you a part. This is part of the stealth burner, which is their, not the extruder, but the front hot end mount and cooling. You can see this is like the functional part on the inside here, and then this is part of the external aesthetic, and they use the space between them, I believe, is routing for wires and such. So you keep your functional part, all on the inside, and then you have a kind of vanity cover which improves your overall look. It does add weight, so there's obviously maybe performance reasons why you wouldn't do that. But I know, I mean, EVA's not really sold, so it doesn't have the same, I don't know. A lot of people like to buy things just because they look super cool, and I think it would look extra cool if that kind of cohesive, covered, cosmetic appearance was improved. I mean, the wires are still really tidy on this, actually. But there you go, that's my opinion. Yeah, I think that maybe that's... I mean, there's no reason you can't have a different balance, but I would say, I would agree that the EVA system is very much balanced towards the function side. And while it is still aesthetically quite cool, it's definitely not as high a priority as, say, the Voron. Or even, I mean, this one looks kind of like Prusa style, doesn't it? I mean, obviously it's very different. But the Prusa was always externally mounted wires that are then kind of tucked onto things to manage them. And it's not bad, it's a good functional design. Sorry, getting a bit yawny. It's nice and quiet. Does anyone have any specific questions? Because we're going to be done pretty soon. I want my stuff to look like the Time Machine DeLorean in Back to the Future. Yeah, that was a kind of built on to something, isn't it? Yeah. Do you think there's any need for two 5015 cooling fans for normal print speeds? So for anyone that doesn't know, the 5015 cooling fans are these 50mm radial fans that cool the print. At the moment I've fitted one, but there's an optional modification. It's not really a mod because it's part of the original design, to be able to fit two of them, or even larger city fans. From my experience, you don't need more. But it depends what you're doing. If you want to be able to print PLA really fast, the more cooling the better. Because it generally will still have pretty decent layer adhesion. Obviously with ABS, if you're going to print stupid speeds, you could do it. But you just don't want to limit your layer adhesion with ABS, because part of the point of using it is it's kind of squishy and tough. But if you destroy the layer adhesion, it doesn't matter how tough the filament is if the parts just fall apart. And that was the kind of problem I had with this ABS Plus. The layer adhesion is just pants. It just falleth apart too easy. The tri-horn duct. So, I mean, I was listening on the live stream, and I agree with what was said there about managing the airflow and making sure you're getting the right airflow in the right place and not trying to overcomplicate it. When you have a flow pattern and one path is very much easier for airflow than the others, the airflow will just take that easier path. And with the tri-horn duct, you did tend to get a lot of flow straight through the middle. Do you really need more angles? In my opinion, you should try and make a vortex around the nozzle rather than pointing them directly at each other, but I've never tried that, so. Because the problem with pointing two airflows directly at each other, in the point where they meet, which is the nozzle, there's basically zero flow. If you offset them, one in front of the nozzle, one behind, you'd get this kind of vortex of air around the print, which seems like it would be better, because it would retain airflow velocity. Did I make progress? Well, I'm done. So, yes. I'd say that's progress. The extruder is the Bontag LGX Lite. It's pretty nifty. It's helped me with some speed benches. Very light, very small. I don't know what the force consistency is like. I've not measured it on my rig, but as a general purpose extruder, it seemed to work well. Looks like we're pretty much there. Are the heat inserts mandatory on V3? Are there models for nut inserts? Yeah, so completely optional. It was actually originally designed with the hex nut inserts. That's Pavel's preference, I believe. It was Mikkel and Mark that insisted there be a heat insert version. So yeah, if you want to do normal nuts, then that's absolutely fine. Would you look at that? That's a cube, boys and girls. It's a little cube, but it is a cube. That's some pretty good stonking adhesion. Let's do the standard top of the water bottle visual test. Boo, 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 boo. That's what it looks like. Pretty good. Looks like a cube. The belt attachment is basically the same. I think the tolerances are a little bit looser on this one. I deliberately changed them myself for where you have to press the belt into the back of the carriage. I modified that myself by 0.1 millimeters to make that a bit easier. Overall, I think that's turned out pretty darn good. I'll probably be reprinting some parts in ABS because I want to get rid of this ABS Plus stuff. I'm not a big fan. I was for a little bit. It was working well, and now it all just seems to come out with terrible layer adhesion, so not quite so good anymore. Apart from that, that's all gone really rather well. It took a little while. That's the thing, without having instructions, you just sort of have to work it out as you go. But we did, we made it. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I'll be seeing you again soon. Oh, we just made it to 3 hours. Would you look at that? Right. Cheerio. Thanks everyone. Bye bye.